Everyone shows you the Philippines when everything is perfect. You see the beaches, the sunset, the lifestyle, everything looks easy, relaxed, and almost perfect. But what they don't show you are the moments where you're just standing there, confused, a bit tired, sometimes even frustrated, thinking, wait, how is this even normal? And honestly, if you don't understand these things before moving here, they're not going to surprise you. They're going to slowly build up over time and really start to frustrate you. I'm not making this video to complain. I'm making it to prepare you. Because the Philippines isn't difficult because it's bad. Not at all. It's difficult because it works very different from what you're used to in foreign countries. It's a different rhythm, different mindset, a completely different way of handling daily life. And if you don't consciously adapt to that in these small situations, the ones that happen again and again, they start stacking up and they can really drain you over time. So the first thing, and this is really the first thing you will feel, is how slow everything moves in the Philippines. And I don't mean relaxed slow, I mean genuinely slow when it comes to anything official. Like imagine this, okay? You're going to immigration to extend your visa. In your head, it's simple, right? Just process something quickly and leave. So you go early, you think, okay, I'm ahead of everyone, it will be done fast. You take your number, you sit down, and at first everything feels normal. But then you start noticing something. Time is passing, but nothing is really happening. People are just sitting there, talking, on their phones, completely relaxed. There is no urgency, no feeling like things should move faster. So yeah, 1 hour passes, then 2, eventually, finally your number gets called and you feel that little relief, like finally it's up to me. Okay, let's get this done. You walk up, hand over your documents, you look at your documents and then you hear,
"Sir, we need the photocopy." But I have
and
the
in that
original.
moment you're like, okay, but why did nobody tell me this before? There are no checklists, no clear instructions, you found out just now. So now you have to leave, you have to go outside in the heat, you look for a copy place where you can copy, you wait again, you come back, and when you return, you take a new number and it all starts over again. And the thing is, this isn't just immigration, it's banks, it's paperwork, it is anything administrative, even clinics. For example, you book a doctor at 10 AM, you show up on time, you're ready for the doctor, but the doctor isn't there yet. People are just sitting, relaxed, chatting, no one is complaining. And then the doctor shows up, maybe 1 hour later, and everything just continues like that's completely normal. And over time, what really gets you is not even the waiting itself, it's the lack of urgency. Back home, systems are built to respect your time. Here, the system moves at its own pace, and your time has to adjust to it. And if you keep expecting it to work like you're used to, you're going to feel like you're losing entire days on things that could have taken minutes. The next one, it starts small, but it becomes something much more personal over time. At first, it's just little things. You take a tricycle somewhere and you pay, let's say, 150 peso. Then later, your girlfriend takes the exact same route, same distance, same area, and she pays only 50 peso. And at first, you kind of laugh it off, right? You think, okay, foreigner price, it's fine. But then you start noticing more situations. You go to a small eatery, there's no menu, no prices listed, everything is very local. So you order your food, you sit down and you eat, everything feels normal until you pay. And something feels slightly off. Not enough to clearly argue, not enough to prove anything, but enough that you feel like, yeah, that was higher than it should be. Then on another day, she goes alone, same place, same people, same food, and suddenly it's cheaper for her. This doesn't only have effect on you, this also affects your partner. And this is where it really hits. She goes somewhere she's been going for years. The same people, the same routine, nothing has changed. Except one thing. Now they know she's with a foreigner. And they don't hide it, they don't soften it, they just say it casually, directly.
Ma'am, you have a foreigner now. You can pay
And no,
more.
they are not joking, they are serious. And when you hear
Ma'am,
that, it feels
that is too
different.
much.
Because now it's not subtle anymore. It's just said openly. And your first instinct is to think that's not fair, that's not okay. But in their mindset, it actually makes sense. They assume you have more money, you're supporting her, so overall her situation has improved. She has leveled up. And because of that, prices adjust for her also. And what makes it even more frustrating is this. It doesn't stop when you're not there. It follows her. She goes alone and it's still there. Prices change, treatment changes, places she trusted suddenly feel different. And that's the part people don't talk about. Because now it's not just about you overpaying sometimes, it's affecting her daily life also. And you can't really argue your way out of it like you would back home. You can't explain fairness into it because this mindset is just normalized in the Philippines. So instead of fighting directly, you have to learn to handle it, when to ask up front, when to walk away, when to accept it. Because if you don't, this will frustrate you again and again, because it will never change. The next one is the one that slowly breaks your trust of what confirmed actually means. Because at the beginning, you still think things work the way you're used to. You book something, maybe a car rental, maybe a service, maybe a reservation somewhere. You confirm everything clearly. You even message the day before just to be sure. Is all good? To which you get a response, yes sir, everything is confirmed. So in your mind, that's done, locked in, no stress. You show up the next day, relaxed, expecting everything to be ready, and then it is not. There is no car, no reservation, nothing prepared. So you call them, ask them what's happening, you had a reservation, and then the answer comes in that same calm tone. Sir, there was a problem, it's no longer available. And in that moment, you're not even just frustrated about the problem. You're frustrated because nobody told you. You had time to adjust, you could have made other plans, but instead, you only found out when you're already there, standing, waiting, depending on it. And this doesn't just happen once. The same thing with restaurants. You reserve a table for something important, maybe a special dinner, for something meaningful, you arrive on time, everything feels normal, and they don't have your reservation. They put the wrong date, or they just forget to write it down, or they just gave it to someone else. And what makes it even harder is they're not stressed about it. They don't react with urgency, they just handle it casually, like it's something that happens all the time. And you're standing there thinking, then what exactly did we confirm? And that's when it starts to click. Confirmation here doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It means more something like, we'll try, and if it works, it works. If not, then it doesn't work. So over time, you don't just confirm once anymore, you confirm multiple times. You remind people, you double check details, and most importantly, you always have a backup plan. Because if you rely on just one plan, eventually it's going to fail you at the worst possible moment. The next one is more subtle, but honestly, it takes a lot of confusion if you don't understand it. Because at first, everything seems clear. People are friendly, polite, respectful, conversation feels smooth, you ask something simple, is everything ready? They smile, they nod, and they say, yes sir, everything's ready. So in your mind, that's done, confirmed. You show up later and it's not ready. Or you ask, is this available tomorrow? They answer, yes sir. The next day you arrive and nothing is available. Or you ask someone for directions. They don't know the answer, but instead of saying, I don't know, they rather give you an answer anyway. And you follow it, trusting it. And you end up in the complete wrong place. After a while, you start noticing a pattern. People don't like saying no. They don't like saying, I don't know, because it can feel uncomfortable or even a bit disrespectful. So instead, they try to give you an answer anyway. Something helpful, something that avoids awkwardness, even if it's not truly accurate. And if you don't understand that, you start feeling like people are unreliable. But the truth is, it's not about lying. It's about avoiding discomfort. So you adapt, you stop taking the first answer as final, you ask again, maybe in a different way, you confirm details more carefully, and you learn to read between the lines a bit. Because here, communication is about harmony first and precision second. The next one you feel almost immediately. Especially once you start moving around more, especially on the road, driving at night, when it's dark, really dark, no lights, and suddenly there is a motorcycle right in front of you. No lights, no reflection, nothing visible. You only see it the last second, and your reaction has to be instant, or you will cause an accident. Or you're driving behind a tricycle. Everything is normal, and then suddenly it stops. There is no signal, no warning, no indication, or a jeepney pulls over in the middle of the road to pick someone up, completely interrupting traffic. And your brain is just trying to process it. What is happening? And then you start noticing more. You see entire families on a motorbike, children sitting in front, no helmets, people moving through traffic in ways that feel unpredictable to you. And the surprising part is, nobody reacts. No one seems shocked, no one seems stressed, because it's all normal. And that's the key difference. You come from a system where safety is structured, enforced, and predictable. It is more adaptive. Rules are more a suggestion. People adjust in real time, they move with the situation. And that means you have to adjust also. You have to be more aware, more alert, more defensive in how you move, because the environment is not going to adapt to your expectations. You adapt to it. The next one doesn't feel like a big deal at first, until it actually affects you. You hear about slow internet, you hear about brownouts, but you don't really feel it until you depend on it. You might be working, everything is fine, or you're on a call, or uploading something important, and then suddenly you get a pop-up on your screen. Your connection is unstable. Your screen freezes, the call drops, everything just stops. Or even worse, everything goes off. Lights out, Wi-Fi gone, silence, a full-out brownout. And the strange thing is, there is no warning, no countdown, no system telling you it's about to happen. It just happens, especially on raining days. And you don't know if it's going to back in 5 minutes or 2 hours or in a few days, and this is normal in many areas. So over time, people who live here don't rely on one system anymore, they prepare. They have mobile data ready, they keep power bank charged, some even have generators, because they understand something important. Stability is not guaranteed in the Philippines, and if you expect it to be, you're going to get frustrated very quick. The next one, this one builds up slowly. At first, it actually feels lively, different, even enjoyable. But over time, it starts wearing you down. You go to sleep at night, everything is quiet for a moment, and then somewhere in the neighborhood, karaoke starts. Not in the background, not quietly, full on volume. And it doesn't stop after 20 minutes. It goes on for hours. Then early in the morning, roosters. Not one, but multiple. And not at sunrise, at 4 or 5 a.m. And once you're awake, you start noticing everything else. People talking outside, music playing somewhere nearby, vehicles passing, horns, movement, life happening constantly around you. And what you realize over time is this: life here is shared, sound is shared, space is shared. You're not isolated like you're used to be. And if you come from a place where you're used to silence, privacy, and control over your environment, this becomes one of the hardest adjustments you can have in the Philippines. Because it's not something you can control. You can't turn it off, you have to learn to live with it. So yeah, here's the truth. Don't expect things to change, because none of this is going to change. You're not going to fix the system, you're not going to change the culture, you're not going to make it like you're used to back home. This is how it works here. So you really have only two choices. You accept it, you adapt to it, and you learn how to move with it instead against it, or you stay frustrated and eventually realize this might just not be the right place for you, because the Philippines doesn't adapt to you, you need to adapt to the Philippines. And once you truly accept that, everything becomes a lot easier. If you have experienced anything like this, or you're planning to move to the Philippines, what shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more real, honest insight, not just the perfect version people show you online, then like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified for future videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.